Be honest with me. You are doing everything you've been told is right, aren't you? You're putting in the hours at your desk, sacrificing sleep to get that project off the ground, doing deep research, writing line after line of code, or building financial models. In short, you are working incredibly hard. You have been led to believe this is the only path to success. But then you pause and look at your life, and you are still not where you want to be. That big leap you have been waiting for just isn't happening. What if I told you that the very thing you believe is the key or success, that relentless hustle, is actually the number one thing standing in your way? I know it sounds completely counterintuitive, but look around. There are so many brilliant, driven, visionary people out there running on a treadmill. They are sprinting out of breath just to stay in the exact same place. And at the end of the day, all they have to show for it is exhaustion, frustration, and this sinking feeling that they are falling behind. Today, we aren't talking about quitting or being lazy. We are going to talk about the hidden dynamic that will finally make your hard work, your research, and your vision work for you. We are going to dismantle this myth of hustle culture. We'll explore a practical, intelligent alternative that attracts success like a magnet, without dragging you into burnout. If you are ready, let's remove that invisible barrier. Let's get real for a second. Does this feeling sound familiar? Your entire sense of self-worth is tied directly to how much you get done in a day, or how many hours you spend staring at a screen. If you have a day that isn't productive, you view it as the total waste and carry a heavy burden of guilt. That right there is the core of toxic hustle culture. It whispers a lie. To be valuable, you have to constantly be doing, producing, or achieving. It's an insidious mindset that slowly pushes your business goals ahead of everything else: your sleep, your mental clarity, your health, and even your relationships. And what's the end result? A crisis so massive that the World Health Organization officially recognizes it: burnout. The data is crystal clear on this. After a certain point, usually around the 50-hour mark in a week, your productivity simply falls off a cliff. Those extra hours you spend at your desk, forcing your brain to work late into the night, give you zero return on investment. You are just spinning your wheels, creating the illusion of progress. You are draining the exact mental energy you need to find that breakthrough idea, read the market correctly, or perfect your app. You are so busy with your head down, obsessively checking off tasks, that you completely miss the big picture. You are working in your life, not on your life. And that is the ultimate deception. Hustle culture promises success, but it only delivers exhaustion. The real problem isn't just that you are tired. Do you know what fuels this constant grind? Scarcity and fear. The fear of not having enough time, not being good enough, and not doing enough. I know this firsthand. There was a time when my entire identity was wrapped up in my work. I wore my dark circles and sleep deprivation like badges of honor. When people said, "Look how hard she works, she's always the last one to leave the desk," I looked great on the outside. But let me be honest, inside, it felt empty. No matter what I accomplished, which project I shipped, or what code I deployed, it was never enough. The external price felt good for a second, but that void always came right back. My frantic hustle was just a desperate attempt to prove my worth. And that very desperation was pushing away the exact success I was trying to build. When you approach your business and life with that kind of forced energy, you are energetically clenching your fists. You are trying to wrestle success into submission. But think about it. How can opportunities, inspiration, or a state of flow enter a closed fist? Lasting success doesn't respond to brute force. It responds to alignment. You become so hyper-focused on what's missing and what you haven't achieved that you completely blind yourself to the leverage you already have. This isn't just motivational fluff. This is psychology and neuroscience. When your nervous system is stuck in a chronic state of fight or flight, the rational decision-making center of your brain cannot function properly. You make choices out of fear, not clarity. Your hard work devolves into a lot of motion with zero forward momentum. Yes, you are busy, but you are not effective. The hustle itself is the trap. It tricks you into thinking the solution is just to work a little harder. But you cannot solve the problem of burnout by doing more of the thing that burn you out in the first place. So, what is the alternative? If forcing doesn't work, what do we do? The answer is making a strategic shift from forcing to attracting, from a mindset of scarcity to one of the expansion. It is about learning to operate on what I call the frequency of abundance. Think of it like a radio. Toxic hustle culture tunes you into the scarcity frequency, a channel filled with static, anxiety, stress, and fear. The abundance frequency, on the other hand, is a clear, high-level signal characterized by clarity, creativity, calm strategy, and flow. Now, please don't misunderstand me. This does not mean grabbing a coffee, leaning back on your couch, and just waiting for success to magically appear. Building a business, developing software, or analyzing markets requires real and dedicated effort. What we are talking about is changing the energy behind your actions. Action driven by fear is frantic, scattered, and draining. Action driven by abundance is intentional, strategic, aligned with your goals, and actually gives you energy. It feels like swimming with the current. When you operate from abundance, you know your underlying worth isn't dictated by your daily output. You stop running, chasing, and struggling. You open your fists because you let go of the resistance born from neediness, opportunities, and the right ideas start to flow to you naturally. You simply become the right channel to receive them. This all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually integrate this into our daily lives? It requires consistent strategic practices to return your energy. Let's look at 4 clear steps. Step 1. Redefine productivity. Throw out the old lie. Productivity is not about how much you do. It's about doing what is truly essential. Rest is not a luxury. It's the strategic necessity. Your best ideas, whether it's the solution to a complex coding problem or a brilliant investment strategy, rarely come when you are grinding at your desk. They come when you are walking, in the shower, or doing nothing. At the end of this week, ask yourself, did my actions this week move to closer to my vision, or did they just drain my energy? Step 2. Practice gratitude and presence. Scarcity lives in the past or the future. You are either worrying about what you don't have or regretting what you didn't do. Abundance and clarity exists right here, right now. The fastest way to calm the fear center of your brain and enter a state of flow is to train your mind. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's the strategy for clearly seeing the resources you have. Instead of saying, I never have enough time or capital, say, I see the resources I have right now and I am open to utilizing them perfectly. This is a scientifically proven way to regulate stress. Step 3. Find the essential and cut the rest. Success is not about doing everything at once. Identify the 1 to 3 core things in your work and life that actually generate real impact and fulfillment. Then, have the courage to say a ruthless no to everything else. Create a not-to-do list. Eliminate those meaningless tasks that don't bring you an inch closer to your vision, but steal your time and energy. You will be amazed how much value you add to your life by simply subtracting. Step 4. Take calm and strategic actions. Replace the frantic rush with calm, deliberate steps. Before you sit down to work, check in with yourself. Does this task align with my true priorities? Aligned action is pulled by purpose, not pushed by fear. Start setting boundaries today. Have a hard stop to your workday. Stop checking emails at midnight. Protect your sleep like it's your most valuable investment. These aren't signs of weakness. They are the golden rules of playing a long-term winning game. If you are tired of the lie you have been sold for years, that you must sacrifice your well-being to achieve anything, you are in the right place. The number one reason your hard work is failing isn't a lack of effort. It is the frantic energy behind that effort. You are trying to use brute force to create an outcome that can only be attracted. Real and sustainable success is not hidden at the bottom of a never-ending to-do list. It is found in the confidence of knowing your worth, the wisdom of focusing only on what is essential, and the power of tuning your mind to the right frequency. Please remember this. Your worth is not measured by your productivity. You, exactly as you are right now, are enough to reach your vision. It is time to stop forcing and start attracting. It is time to tune into the right frequency. If what we talk about today resonated with you, I want to hear about your battles with toxic productivity in the comments. Maybe that one small step you take this week will be the exact inspiration someone else needs to break their own chains. And if you want to keep moving forward on this path with solid, realistic and strategic steps, don't forget to subscribe. We are building a strong community here, one that chooses flow over force and alignment over burnout. Lock onto your goals. Believe in the process, and I will see you in the next one.